can't stop. You can try, but that won't stop, won't stop.
A sunny scene in South Florida for some Sunday night soccer. Orlando City B return home after a few weeks on the road to host fellow Eastern Conference foe Huntsville City. Phil Galati with you every step of the way as both of these teams come into tonight with hopes of postseason competition. Huntsville starting Brian Down in net tonight for just his fourth appearance of the season. The team has been putting together an excellent string of results as of late. There is number 39. 3 wins in their last 3. Meanwhile, for Orlando, coming off a 5-2 loss to NYCFC, a team they beat 3-2 on home soil the last time they were here just a few weeks ago. As for the standings coming into tonight, the playoff picture starting to take shape. Huntsville down in 14th, 23 points, some ground to make up. However, that is all that they have been doing in recent matches. For Orlando City B, just below that cutoff line, 1 point behind Chattanooga, who are in turn 1 point behind Inter Miami and 1 point behind Chicago. It's getting very congested right around that 7, 8, 9, 10 slot. Huntsville are making the charge. It's going to be an excellent watch. As for who to watch for tonight, we take a look at the starting lineups for Orlando City B. It's a similar look to last time out, that 5-2 loss against NYCFC, and just one change from that match to speak of. At the top, it is Rivera leading the line. Meanwhile, for Huntsville City FC, 5 at the back. A little bit of a new look for Chris O'Neill and company, with Forster Ajago up top. Played just last night for 33 minutes against Orlando in Major League Soccer. Starts tonight with Rubens Pasillas moving out to the left wing, Jonathan Bolaños on the right. So a different look in midfield, 5 at the back. Going to be interesting to see how that all works out. The anchor point on that back 5, Joey Akpanonu, just signed from FC Cincinnati too. It is Huntsville on the right in the all-navy blue strip. Orlando on the left in the white. Ollie Wright standing over it to start proceedings. Forster Ajaga wearing the number 9 for the visitors tonight. An exciting prospect who played an excellent final season with Duke just last year. Orlando City B with familiar faces looking for an important 3 points to try and jump above that playoff line tonight. Pasillas dispossessed early, and the back 4 for Orlando taking shape. Marauding run down the far side, opening up space for Almaguer. Instead played to Colin Gusky. 2 pivot midfielders for Orlando City B. Already getting very crowded in that middle third of the pitch. Brian Dowd with the ball at his feet. 4 appearances on the season for him, a runner-up in the NCAA national game last year with the Fighting Irish to Clemson. Ball played over the top. Jaga running onto it. little bit too strong in the end, and now get to see a little bit of the defensive shape. Bolaños and Pasillas for Huntsville stepping up very high, but not pressing the ball, allowing the Orlando defense to explore some space. Freeman fighting off the challenge and into midfield. On the far side for Petrazo. Kibanguchi has to chase it down a little bit. Gusky. One-time pass over hit. Nearly all the way out for a corner. Intended for Nabilai Kibanguchi. Spent his youth career at the Sacramento Republic. Pass picked away at the top of the box. Gusky lost it. Freeman. Kibanguchi playing up the middle. Always a dangerous decision. Solis not pressured though. Ajago. Big tackle on the far side of the box. Alexandra Billiter, the center official in charge tonight. And it is a yellow card. Against Luca Petrazo. Slid in, didn't get the ball. Not too much that Petrazo can complain about there. Toronto native, started his playing career at the Toronto Academy. Made a number of appearances for the senior team.
A yellow card has been issued to Orlando, number 20, Luca Petrazo. Yellow card occurred in the 4th minute.
Signed for Orlando in 2023. And so Petrazo, the first name into the book. Early set piece for the visitors, headed away at the first time of asking. Jonathan Bolaños onto it. Sizing up his mark. Gains. Second ball played in was a short one. Ponde to Bolaños on the near side now. Lined up on the far side on paper. Pasillas on the back line with Forster Ajago, who's calling for it. It was intended for Pasillas instead. Freeman took it down. Good footwork from Tsukada. Got it through the legs and got the foul. Utaro Tsukada, who played his college soccer with West Virginia. After a season with Daytona. All Sun Belt first team selection, all tournament team selection. West Virginia has been a top 10, sometimes top 5 team in college soccer for the last couple seasons now. Petrazo. Give and go, cut away. Now a chance to see Huntsville shape. Huntsville 3 points from each of their last 3 matches, making a jump up toward the middle of the table in the hunt for the playoffs. Ponde. Right leaves it behind. Gasso. Panonu just played it a bit. As for that recent run of form, still in 14th place, Huntsville. Speaking to head coach Chris O'Neill earlier this week, he said he was proud of the boys' ability to respond in the right direction. This team has been in an upward trajectory. Ajago forced away from goal for now. Pass nearly picked out by Rivera. Right. Good ball to the far side. Options queuing up in the box. It goes through everybody. Calm passing from Orlando City B. Not quite out of the danger zone just yet. Muhammad. Still pinned on this near side. Gusky trying to turn him, losing out. Good pressure from Huntsville on the near side. Akpanonu moving it along. Just his third appearance for Huntsville City FC, acquired on loan from FC Cincinnati after playing with Hartford Athletic in the USL Championship. 14 appearances for the club, 1 assist. Low cross along the ground. Ajaga lost his footing. And again, Huntsville executing the press on the near side. Gusky just about able to get it away. Looking for space the other direction. Rivera made the run. Kibanguchi. Xander Freeman now. Much better time on the ball from Orlando City B. Team that does well moving the ball in between the lines, making the simple passes. So it has been Huntsville with a slight edge in possession in the opening 9.5 minutes, 53%. Wright making the run, trying for the switch. It's a speculative ball, and it's just too strong in the end. Would have been some play. Bolaños was onto it as quick as he could. Now a deep ball the other way. Nice move into the box. Sukata trying to get the shot away. Dowd makes the two-handed stop. Calls for Orlando to step up. Akpanonu. Up for Ajago. Loses his footing not once but twice. Well defended on the near side. First shot on target comes courtesy of Yutaro Sukata. And Rivera is offside. Sukata's second on the team in goals scored with 6 this season. 6 assists to his name as well, which is tied for first. Bolaños. Ollie Wright. Got it right back but didn't want it. Akpanonu does well not to be forced back. Pasillas afforded some real estate. Nobody making the run. Pasillas will make that run. Woobens Pasillas draws it wide. Just slipped in behind his mark. Excellent ball by Ollie Wright didn't wrap his foot all the way around it. Pasillas with 4 goals to his name this season, 2 assists in 11 matches. Canadian has found the back of the net in his last 2 matches back-to-back, and assisted in both of those games as well. Usually you'd pick someone with that hot of a foot to find the back of the net. Right once again for Bolaños. Hands up on the near side to try and switch the point of attack. Gains with the opportunity to do so. Has the space to clip it in towards Ajago in double coverage. May fall to Pasillas and is out for a corner kick. A lot of space on that far side for Julian Gages to clip that one in. Took his time. Ajago making the run just a little bit early. Well defended by Freeman. And Freeman again on the rebound as well, denying Rubens Pasillas. Training ground corner, played short, fired right at the chest of Pasillas. A lot of pace on that one. Wright intercepts it. Numbers forward for Huntsville. Pasillas once again. Lando defending for now. And that crossed a bit of a let-off in the end. Line-breaking pass sent right back. No space to turn for Shakur Mohammed, the Orlando City B leading goal scorer with 10 to his name this season. The only man on this roster, and in fact this field tonight with double-digit scoring in MLS Next Pro. The ball played to the far side. Zucata onto it. Rivera trying to make himself available. Gasso in the way. Told to slow it down and does. Akpanonu. Down looking long, it's a well-played pass to the far side. Bolaños with the 1-2, stopped right on the dime. Big switch. Jordan Knight now onto it. Look at the space afforded in the midfield to Gasso. Knight's found a pocket as well. Receives the pass and goes to turn. Here is Jordan Knight trying to drive in, taken down. Referee had an excellent view and not interested. This portion of the match is brought to you by Orlando Health. Choose well. Huntsville doing a nice job so far, finding pockets in between the lines, just drifting off defenders. Orlando, though hurried in possession defensively, still have a bit of calmness about them. An aura of control. It's exactly what head coach Chris O'Neill said, speaking to him earlier this week, that he knows how Orlando plays. They play very well, very comfortably on the ball. Physical challenge in midfield. It looked like, Almaguer was just a fraction late to that. The play restarts quickly. The opportunity for the shot from distance, takes a deflection. The second touches over the bar. The flag stayed down against Alexander Freeman, and he couldn't find the back of the net. Muhammad with the initial strike, touch out of his foot. Good block by Akpanonu. Very difficult angle, Dowd had it covered well. Freeman taking his chances on the shot. Freeman with 3 goals this season up from the back, 6 assists as well, tied for first place with Yutaro Sukata. Calls to turn for Faiz Opande. He'll do so. See the movement from those navy shirts. Opande now all the way up from the back. Gains the outside defender, tucks inside, now goes all the way up to that right wing position. Big switch was on. A little bit over hit for Jordan Knight. Knight, another Canadian, born in Mississauga. Played last season with the Capybaras, Crew 2. 42 career appearances for Crew 2, including an equalizing goal in the Eastern Conference Finals of 2022. Had his senior team debut a little earlier this season, July 31st, the Leagues Cup versus Mazatlan. Orlando just about progressing the ball over midfield. Not a ton of white shirts forward. Kerr Muhammad, one of them. Solis staying on his feet. Good ball up top. Muhammad shares the wealth to the far side and cut away just about at the near post by Applewhite. It is lightning quick when Orlando get into the final third. They take their time getting there, finding the right pass, just waiting for a defender to overcommit out of position, and then exploiting quickly. Been a lot of space afforded to both sides in the channels early on. Williams. Kimaguchi looking long, trying to play that pass. Well defended in the end by Akpanonu. Joey Akpanonu going forward. Knight alongside him. Knight going to take on 2 defenders and leave it for Pasillas. Work to do on the turn. Pasillas staying onto it, but fouling Colin Guskey in the process. Pasillas spent his youth career in part with Montreal. And before GFC for many years in the Canadian Premier League. Now Rivera the other way. Freeman in an advanced position. Squares up Akpanodu at the near side corner. Travella pass. A little strong for Gusky, and Jago went in half-heartedly though. Freeman sees the diagonal run made. Good first touch and the cross deflected. Lima Almaguer had the field IQ just to make that run. Almaguer still putting pressure on. Towering header sends it right back up for Orlando. Freeman. Solis. Rivera. Good stop by Dowd, and the rebound not held on to. The referee says a foul in the process. Again, it's lightning quick from Orlando City B. 2 touches out of his feet, goes low. Fredo Rivera unable to find the back of the net. 5 goals for him, 3rd on the team. This portion of the match is brought to you by Inter & Co., your next financial super app and official financial institution of Orlando City. So 24th minute now from South Florida, scoreless between Orlando City B and Huntsville City. Orlando with the 2 shots on target so far. Huntsville have gone forward on a few more occasions, but haven't been able to test Carlos Mercado in net for the hosts. Jago trying to bring the pressure. Williams had the footwork to beat him once. Thomas Williams, 20-year-old Florida native, been with Orlando City since he was 11. Pass played forward for Freeman, and the flag goes up. Tommy Williams, in fact, the youngest first-team signing on a homegrown contract for Orlando back in 2021, age 16 years, 304 days. Made a handful of appearances in Major League Soccer. Started every match but one this season for Orlando City in MLS Next Pro. Ponde. Forced all the way back for now. Akpanodu searching, finding right. Casillas making the run. Casillas on the turn now. Tries his luck. Always rising in the end. First time strike on the turn. Very difficult technique. Looking to that far side for the overlap. Didn't see it being made. trailing once again. Referee gonna back things up a little bit. Just that one yellow card so far, setting the tone back in the 4th minute. Look at Petrazo. Switch to the near side. Tackle not made. It goes all the way out. There was the faintest of touches on it from Jordan Knight. Ryan Dowd was out of his box quite quickly. Cross deflected. Falls fortuitously for Himal Maguire. John Solis now. Orlando just trying to drag defenders out of position. This is a lovely sequence here. Rivera trying to cap it off. Shrugged away for now, but plays an excellent pass. Oh my goodness! That is a special sequence of soccer. Unreal understanding of passing and positioning and attacking prowess. Orlando City B take the lead in style. Look at this sequence. One touch pass, another one-touch pass. Rivera shrugged away from goal. Nope, splits 3 defenders with the ball. Put on a platter at the doorstep. Sukana running onto it. Hima Almaguer, the beneficiary. All the way back to that first one-touch give and go.
Goal occurred in the 30th minute. He assists on the goal by number 34, Yutaro.
And again, that's kind of the mantra of how Orlando City B plays. Taking their time to get out of their own defensive third, finding the right pass, just allowing Huntsville to overcommit in certain areas. And when it looks like that attack is dead in the water, at the near side, 3 white shirts and 4 defenders in navy. 3 passes with 3 touches. Boom, boom, boom. Opens up space, put into the middle. Rivera unselfishly keeps his head up after not taking that strike. A lot of strikers are going to keep their head down, try and find that shooting space, see what they can make out of it, but instead plays a beautiful slide rule pass. Sukata with the heads-up play to stay on side and run onto it, and there were a couple of hungry players on the doorstep waiting to put that home. Tackle made in midfield unfairly, says the referee. Orlando might have been away. Gaines once again. Flipping it to the back stick, and up to get it is Carlos Mercado. His first real stop of the night. He may have taken a hard fall in the process. Casillas with 2 white shirts near him. And Mercado does fall hard on that right shoulder. Mercado was signed ahead of the 2024 season, been called up a couple times to the senior side. Played through the FC Dallas Academy before playing his college ball with Incarnate Word. Here's a look again at that cross in. Laredo, Texas native. Falls on that right side of his body. And already back on his own 2 feet. Orlando City B do have Juan Rojas Chirinos available off the bench. Looks like Mercado will continue. Panonu wants to go forward, right beaten to it. Muhammad, right gonna give chase. Feels that the ball went out of touch, and it did. Huntsville looking for that response. The goal in the 29th minute. Naim Al-Maguire. Good pass forward. Excellent touch as well by Gasso. Cuts it back towards Wubens. Casillas on the turn. Bolaños off target once again. Huntsville starting to get the ball rolling in the final third. Does the right thing, turns, gets it out of his feet quickly. Didn't really get a look at goal before he struck it. Thought he was just a few centimeters away from where he was. Ponde. Trying to run all the way up from the back and a foul called. Freeman disagrees with it, preventing the quick restart. Ponde wanted to get going as well. Alexandra Billiter saying that this one needed to be restarted with the whistle. And a very well refereed game so far. Not a ton of physicality on display. Again, just that one yellow card. Jago, Aponde, right, flips it in towards Pasillas again, and Mercado looking fit to fly. Rivera trying to turn, didn't see Knight helping out to back up Joy Ekpenonu. Now right, jumps over an errant foot. Not a ton of blue shirts forward. Wright's got some space though. Cuts it behind. Gasso. Pasillas leaves it. Here's Jordan Knight into the box. Knight onto his right. Tried to shuffle back one more time. Ajago onto it, going down and out for a goal kick. Knight was looking for that shooting space, but very well defended by Alexander Freeman. Those two have been battling it out on this near side channel all night long. This portion of the match is brought to you by Walt Disney World, the most magical place on earth. Almaguer out for a throw-in. Almaguer, who also started his career with the FC Dallas Academy. So many excellent products they've had. Rennie Camungo in recent memory. With MLS Next Pro up to the major leagues. Ricardo Pepi, of course. Can even go back as far as Weston McKennie. Almaguer, USL League One champion 2019 with North Texas. And the yellow card will come out again just the second time tonight. Dominic Gasso into the book, just stopping a promising attack.
A yellow card has been issued to Huntsville. Number 12, Dominic Gasso. Yellow card occurred in the 41st minute.
Formerly of Detroit City FC, Dominic Gasso. Acquired on loan, 27 appearances for them, including scoring the winner in a 1-0 victory over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds in last year's USL Championship playoffs. Made his Huntsville debut less than a month ago, August 4th at Crown Legacy. Big tackle at midfield, and Bolaños now into the book. Back-to-back yellow cards in the span of a few seconds.
A yellow card has been issued to Huntsville. Number 17, Jonathan Bolaños. Yellow card.
Bolaños saying he got a touch on the ball. The referee was right on it and disagrees staunchly. Jonathan Bolaños returning to his home state of Florida. Finished third on the team in goals with 5 and assists with 6 last season for Huntsville with over 1,600 minutes. Huntsville holding the 18, a lot of movement, low cross. Might squeak all the way through and fired wide. Nearly a second shortly before halftime for the hosts. It was Alexander Freeman, right place at the right time. Couldn't tuck it inside the near post. Knight turned on the afterburners, but left it behind for Wright. Calls to switch it. Short pass made for Applewhite. Aggressive ball, a little too strong for Bolaños. Referee sees the foul and will let play continue. White nearly onto it. .44th minute, still 1-0 Orlando City B. That could change here. Rivera is flagged for offside and is puzzled at that decision. Wilfredo Rivera arguing his case and goes into the book for dissent. The Orlando City Academy products into the book.
A yellow
A chance to
card
speak
has been issued to
to
OCB.
some of the referees a few weeks ago, and they have
Number
been
32,
specifically
Wilfredo
instructed to be
Rivera. Yellow card
much
cleared.
more strict on dissent, emphasizing the need for mutual respect in the game. And Alexandra Billett are doing the right thing, blowing her whistle. When she hears something she takes exception to. Gusky nearly dispossessed. Bolaños was racing forward for it. Now with Jago taken down. Rather Faiz Opande winning the foul. Ollie Wright. Tonight. Scissor step and lost his balance.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
2 minutes to be added on. A 1-goal advantage for the hosts for now. Huntsville have started to find some momentum after conceding in the 29th minute, but still unable really to test Carlos Mercado. Ponde. Wright's heavy touch dispossessed. Rivera calling for it. Closed down quickly, but able to keep it under his foot. Plays a lovely ball for Muhammad. Flag stays down. Shakur Muhammad. Solis. Rivera's got shooting space. He'll try it and uncorks one into the bleachers behind the goal. It started with Rivera, plays the pass, had 3 defenders around him then, and then just sits and waits. Sees Ollie right in front of him, so just drifts off behind, check of the left shoulder, sees that he's got open space. Maybe needing to do a little bit better with that shot. Now Huntsville have gone the other way at pace. Cut back for Wright. Just wide once again. It's a few shots off target now for the visitors. About 20 yards out, just trying to bend it into that bottom right corner. pass it in with the side of the foot. Technique was there, the final product, not quite. The 2 minutes at a minimum have elapsed. This will likely be the last kick of the first half. And it just about was. 45 minutes down from South Florida. Our score at the break, Orlando City B 1, Huntsville City nothing. We'll have highlights and first half stats coming up in just a little bit. But first, Michelle Montaigne sits down with U.S. soccer legend Kobe Jones. Take a look.
What's up, guys? I am beyond thrilled and honored to be sitting down today with the all-time leader in caps for the U.S. men's national team, U.S. Soccer Hall of Famer, all-around amazing human being, Kobe Jones. Kobe, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Here, actually close to-ish, your hometown. We're going to start by reminding everyone, grew up here, played high school at Thousand Oaks, have really been an integral part of bringing soccer to your hometown of Ventura County. When you think about the fact that you now have a professional team in really your backyard, how does that sound?
Well, fantastic, number one. I have to correct a little thing. I went to high school in Westlake. Because Westlake and Thousand Oaks are rivals. So, you know, we'll kill each other. So
my gosh. Okay.
But you know, it's all so close. You know, Westlake, Thousand Oaks, Newberry Park. You know, that Conejo Valley area, that all in Ventura. You know, is so much a part of my youth. You know, my youth landscape and growing up. So to bring a professional team to my hometown, you know, that area where everyone can participate, to actually give kids the opportunity to play the sport. Because one thing I always find is it's difficult to play this game, you know, at a youth age. And when you hear it from the kids, you hear it from the parents, you have to drive so far, but now to actually bring an opportunity for the kids to see professional soccer right there, it's close by, you know, I couldn't ask for anything else.
As you think back to those days of playing youth soccer and growing up here, how would you describe that experience?
It was wonderful. You know, I gotta admit it, I had a great time. I loved this sport. You know, that's what kept me going. Look, I wasn't always, you know, a lot of people would think from the history, oh, you must have been the best player on your team and all that stuff. No, that wasn't me. I just played hard. I loved playing the game. That's what drew me back all the time. That's what kept me going, you know, with all the obstacles and various things that were in the way. Why? Because I loved the game, you know, so much. And to play it in Ventura County, that Westlake Village, Thousand Oaks, that whole area, I look back now and just go like, wow, those were some really surreal moments in time. It's not the same anymore. You know, one of the big things I gotta say, and I'll try to keep this short, is just how it all started, in the fact that, you know, I was driving by a park and saw my cousin, and my parents just pulled over and asked the coach, can he play? And the coach said, yes, tossed a jersey, and then I'm out there kicking the ball around, and that's how it started. That to me is it's so different than how it is now.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that just is a testament to just the beauty and just the rawness and the originality of the game. And if we can get anywhere like that in the future, you know, oh, I'd be happy.
What was your role in bringing this professional club to Ventura County?
That's always interesting when people ask that. There was a variety of different things that I've done. You can't pin it to really any one thing. I would say, you know, obviously Westlake Thousand Oaks being my hometown, me being a part of it was significant for, I guess however you want to put it, completing the situation of bringing VCFC there, because, you know, you want to have kind of like, for MLS, it's about having that legacy type of situation. You know, so for me, it was about, yes, being a part of it, helping to be like a quote unquote like face of it, but also to be active within it. You know, I don't want to be just like, okay, yeah, you can use my name and go ahead. No,
Yeah.
I want to be there because I want to make sure that it's the right way. If I'm going to be a part of it, I want to make sure that we are affecting the right people and giving the opportunities to the right people. It's like going home, right? If you go home, you don't want to just like leave it behind and just go, oh yeah, you take care of it.
Yeah.
No, if this is like my home, I want to be a big part of it. So I'm involved in a lot of various things within the club.
When you watch the games as they are now, you kind of mentioned the growth of the sport, but watching them, being an involved part of one of these clubs in MLS Next Pro, what does that say about the growth of the sport in this country?
I think this is a very significant part of the growth of soccer in the United States. We have seen it grow exponentially over the years. I've seen it grow exponentially from the 90s into the early 2000s, and there's always these seminal moments, you know, be it the 94 World Cup, you know, the 99ers for the women, all these various points. But then you also have to have a base that continues that growth. And I think MLS Next Pro is one of those stepping stones that's going to allow a base where no matter what happens at the highest level, success, failure, hopefully not failure, but you continue to grow no matter what. And if we are helping young players to have that opportunity to play day in, day out at a high competitive level, that's only going to help the game within the United States.
All right, I do want to take a little bit of time to talk about your career because it has been one of the pillars in growing the game here in this country. We mentioned all the success with the U.S. men's national team. Of course, we also have to mention domestically all the success with LA Galaxy. When you look back on your career, what stands out to you now?
Championships.
Spoken like a true player.
No, look, that's what you're playing this
Those are
for,
the-
right?
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm old school. I play to win. You know, I'm not out there just to have fun. And if you talk to some of my old teammates, you know, one of the things they will say that, yeah, I like to have a good time. But I would guarantee they'd say I was very competitive. You know, not just on the field, but it could be anything from, you know, the water bottle in the locker room, toss it up to see who's going to get it first. You know, those are things that we did, and you want to win, you want to be competitive. But outside of that, the natural, which I hope for every, you know, competitive athlete, the natural is to win championships. I look back and other moments that stand out. It's really not so much, you know, the games themselves. It's the locker room. Those are the moments. It's being with the guys, you know, on the road. Those are things that have become more prominent, you know, in my life as I've gotten older, because I realize, you know, you don't get that in anything, you know, anymore. You don't get the locker room experience like that, no matter what you're doing. So it's almost like you're trying to find a way to find that again some way, somehow, but you can't. So yeah, that's one of the things that really started standing out as well, is those locker room moments and good times with the guys. You know, that's why we try to get together and bond. You know, again, reunions everywhere. You know?
Kobe, as we wrap up, just want to ask, are there any special projects in the world of Kobe Jones going on that you want to share or talk about?
Well, I think, other than
Other one right there.
other than this one right now, this is a pretty big project going on right now. You know, maybe we'll have to meet again, because I know there are some things that are in the works that I would like to let everybody know about. So hopefully you'll invite me back, you know, at some point.
A perfect tease to leave you wanting more. I appreciate the time, Kobe.
Thanks for having me.
That does it for this episode, a very special episode with a very special guest for MLS Next Pro.
Catch the extended version of this interview by visiting MLSNextPro.com. All right, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule in MLS Next Pro. As you can see a little earlier this week, Orlando City B falling to NYCFC 2. Tacoma with a big 2-1 win over LAFC, two of the top 5 teams in the West Coast. Meanwhile, New England Revolution 2 getting an extra point in the shootout, putting a little bit of a dent in Chicago Fire's playoff hopes. And then Austin FC 2, St. Louis City 2, Monday at 7 p.m. Before we meet Chattanooga goalkeeper Jean Antoine, we want to tell you about the upcoming MLS Next Pro newsletter. Sign up for it today.
Action.
What's up, guys? Today we're sitting down with Chattanooga FC goalkeeper Jean Antoine. Jean, thank you for teaching us how to say your name and for sitting down with us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Jean, with having played in several leagues and in several parts of the world even, what is your impression of MLS Next Pro now that you're over halfway through this first season in this league?
My first impression of the league, it's not easy. At first, when first find out we were coming to MLS Next, it's like in my head we're gonna play against academy kids. That should be a bit easier, but they're more talented and they run a lot.
They certainly do that. You also got to partake in an experience that not many people get to. You got to be a part of Goalie Wars, the second edition, MLS Next Pro wise. What would you describe that Goalie Wars experience like now that you've had some time to reflect on the entire week there?
Wow, what can I say? It's like it was amazing. I was grateful to be a part of it and try to represent my team the best way that I can, which I did. I had a lot of fun, and you guys were so amazing. Everybody was so friendly, and it was a great experience.
I know you didn't get to walk away with the belt, but what was your favorite part of the whole experience?
My favorite experience is when before we first started to play against Chito, the first game, I usually don't get nervous. It's like all the camera was on me, so I was like freaking out. I even kneeled down a little bit, and I was like, oh my God, this is happening. And then even before, you know how the countdown started happening, 1, 2, 3. I struck the ball at like 2, and the ref was like, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
That's hilarious. But we know you don't get nervous when you're in the goal during regular matches. How would you describe your role on this team, especially considering what you said, right? There's a lot of academy guys, there's a lot of younger players. How do you feel like you kind of lead this group?
My role in this team is trying to motivate the guys, even when things are going well, even when they're not going well. So I have to be that dad figure on the field, trying to help them when things are going bad. It's my job to help them fix things. And when it's going right, I have to make sure we keep it going right at the same time.
As a player, what does success look like to you this year?
Success is bringing the championship here to Chattanooga, and that's the only way we're gonna get the success that we need, because we started the season really well, and we had a deeper form in the middle of the season. But right now we're trying to finish the season on a high note and then get in the playoff. Hopefully we could make a good push.
I know there's a lot of people hoping that that's what you guys are able to accomplish this year. Being from, even another country, how would you describe what the support of this Chattanooga XT Supporters Club means to you in the city?
It's everything. Wherever you go in the city, you meet 1 or 2 person that know about the team. They want to talk to you about the team. Even on our away games, our fans, they travel so far to support us. So it's amazing. So we're trying to do everything we can to bring them back some joy and excitement and put the city on the map.
Well, I know that if you guys make the playoffs, they will certainly be on the road for that as well. Jean, thank you so much for the time, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
The pleasure is always ours. That does it for this episode of Players Profile with Jean Antoine.
All right, let's get right into the highlights from that first half. Orlando started a little bit brighter, had some good chances testing the back line for Huntsville early, including this lovely chop and a run onto the left foot from Yutaro Tsukada. He didn't find the back of the net just yet. Uvens Pasillas had one of the better chances for Huntsville just a couple minutes after that dragged his effort wide. Then Orlando really started to mount the pressure. Alexander Freeman running onto the loose ball and didn't have much of an angle to work with there. And then how about this play in the corner? Nearly opening up an excellent shooting space rather, for Wilfredo Rivera, who receives the give and go on this chance, and despite being discouraged from shooting, is able to play that pass. One touch from Sukata. Ima Amaguer on the doorstep, capping off an incredible sequence of play. First half stats: 94% pass accuracy for Huntsville, 90 for Orlando City B. That is very, very high. It speaks to the caliber of both of these teams. 12 total shots, split almost evenly down the middle, but 3 on target for Orlando City B. Huntsville City yet to test Carlos Mercado in net for the hosts. A couple of offsides, some fouls as well. 4 yellow cards in the first half, split right down the middle. So, just about ready for the second half to get underway. Orlando starting proceedings. A little bit of a fake that got Wubas Pasillas. And now we are underway from South Florida. Bit of a fortuitous corner for the hosts as well. Shakir Mohammed causing problems on the far side, the leading goal scorer for Orlando City B. Second corner for the hosts. Looping delivery to the top of the box. He's dealt with before it could reach Kibanguchi. And now Huntsville trying to break the other way. No help afforded to Bolaños. Falls to Aponde. Quickly stamped to the far side. Axel Picasso off the bench for Forster Ajago, getting his first touches. The lone substitute at halftime. Ajago had 33 minutes last night for Nashville SC, 45 tonight. Still the leading goal scorer for Huntsville this season. Appeals for handball. It was Ima Almaguer going up for it. And gains force back now, Bolaños. So Picasso checking 2. Once the return ball, continues his run. Now Knight, clipping it in towards Pasillas. And an off-balance header loops over the crossbar. So there were a couple shouts for a possible penalty kick. Take another look at it. No. It may have hit his arm, Ima Almaguer, but it is across his body. It may have come off his thigh first. In which case, it's definitely not a handball. And then that cross into the box, headed over by Pasillas. Whistle sounds shortly after the restart. Jordan Knight left in a heap. Colin Gusky avoiding further punishment for now. And got the ball first. Left the studs in. That's always a frustrating one.
A yellow card has been issued to OCB. Number 56, Colin Gusky. Yellow card
And
occurred.
Gusky does, in fact, not avoid that further punishment with the booking. His second yellow card in 4 matches. Driven cross headed down. Gasso back for right. Second ball not able to be played in. John Solis with the tackle. Gives it right back to Huntsville though. The defenders have retreated, but there's still a couple midfielders forward. Nobody in the box for a cross. So they'll switch it to the near side. Akpanodu. He switched sides as well. Lined up on the left side of defense in the first half, now on the right. Chris O'Neill just switching up some of the matchups. Good ball played by Oponde. Overlapping run made by Knight. Cross dealt with at the edge of the area for now. Solis. Got it away. Now Petrazo with space. Luca Petrazo on a run. And clipping it out of bounds. Knight battling for it. Now right into the area. Has to bring down the bouncing ball. Knight listed as a forward on the depth chart, but really has been playing more like a wing back tonight. Applewhite. Ponde. Waiting at the top of the box. Knight on the ball. Ponde just scanning. He's found some space if anyone can pick him out. Gasso might. Instead forced back to the far side. Casillas bringing down his mark. Still just a 29th minute strike from Imao Maguire that separates the two sides. Muhammad on a run. Rivera trying to make space in the box, and it was instead cut back towards Solis. Muhammad right back onto it though. Poked away by Picasso. Wright inviting Gaines to join the charge. Ollie Wright gonna get closed down quickly and gets a lucky bounce. Starting to open up a little bit for Huntsville. .77% possession for them in the opening 8 minutes or so of this second half. Most of that possession coming in the final third. There was space for that diagonal run. Bolaños called for it. Instead plays the give and go. Cut to the top of the 6. Casillas couldn't provide the definitive touch. Picasso will try and create space for the shot. Instead back for Knight. Big stop made by Carlos Mercado. The first shot on target of the night for Huntsville was a rocket. The visitors continuing to bring the heat. More pass poked away. Orlando going to try and counter now. Well-timed sliding challenge by Gaines. Casillas making the run. Julian Gaines keeping it. First time strike saved well again. Bolaños on the rebound, cutting it back. and denied at the near post. After 53 minutes without a shot on target, Huntsville with 2 good strikes in the span of a few seconds. Julian Gaines went in and timed it to perfection. Casillas made the run but didn't drag any defenders with him. First time shot came in from right, and the cutback hurried out of play by Thomas Williams. Gasso couldn't corral a bouncing ball for a shot. Bolaños. Jonathan Bolaños into the box. Nearly fell for Picasso. What a goal that would have been if Bolaños could have kept it past one more defender. Beat 2 or 3 on that run. He's got 2 arms open on the far side as well. Gaines staying on his own 2 feet as long as he could. Pops right back up. Axel Picasso. Gaines just flicking it in behind for right, who's shoved off his mark unfairly. It's better from Huntsville. Seeing a lot more of the ball, seeing a lot more of the passing lanes. This portion of the match is brought to you by your Central Florida Audi dealers. Visit AudiOffers.com for exceptional offers. Orlando City B might be in some real trouble here. Mercado picks out the pass. Petrazo didn't check to it. Nearly a nervy moment there, but that high foot on the challenge, calling it back. Knight stretching for it, instead Freeman onto it for the hosts. Muhammad. Orlando with their first real sustained offensive front. It was nearly snuffed out. Kibunguchi a little bit lucky. Nobody checking short, save Yutaro Sukano on the near side. Good defensive shape from Huntsville, keeping it very compact on this near side, discouraging the switch. It's narrow as well from Orlando. Nobody on that far side. Sukano right on top of Colin Gusky, who will now check back for it. Open things up a little bit. Sukano with a nice pass. Now Orlando have found some space. Petrazo. 2 pivot midfielders getting forward. Solis with real estate in every direction. Sees the switch, played it a little bit behind the run. Rivera. And forward has come all the way back into midfield. Trying to turn Gasso and can't do it. Heads up run from Solis. Clipping it in behind. It's another really well-worked play, and the flag goes up. been some more tiki-taka-esque passes on that far side, if not for the offside flag. Gone up a few times now against Freeman and Rivera especially. Orlando City B yet to register a shot on target in the second half. That might change now. Rivera behind Sukata. Danger still present for Huntsville. Almaguer. Sukata wanted the run made. Petrazo stays home for now. Sukata again just wanting someone to make that run down the channel. Backline starting to get very high. That was the time to play that pass. Orlando doing a really nice job of dragging Huntsville's defenders out of position. Just a little bit forward, bit by bit, and then clipping that ball over the top. Very difficult to defend against. There is that ball over the top. Petrazo staying onside. Sukata, heavy touch before he could shoot it. Got on the end of it, but lost his footing. Did everything right and then just got a little bit excited before he could strike. Gaines. Applewhite. Ponde in the no man's land. Now Orlando with a bit of a hold on the possession game. Solis. Sukata looking for that return ball. Solis got onto it and is offside once again. Now Huntsville will get to reset their shape. They started the second half quite brightly, getting their first two and only 2 shots on target of the game. There's a lot for the Huntsvilleans to cheer about, watching on at the Casual Pint. Supporters group for Huntsville City. Can the squad give them a goal to cheer about? Excellent play for Bolaños. Big touch, he's got to get onto it. Cut it back, but Gusky reading it once again. Played short for Ollie Wright. Applewhite. Thought about a go. Gasso as well to the far side. Overcooked it a bit for Knight. Kept in play. Navy shirts waiting and wait. Picasso heading it on. No, Utaro Sukata didn't go up for it. He's called for the foul. It was the only white shirt forward. Everybody's still back for the hosts. Picasso and Pasillas up top. Almost looks like a 2-striker pairing now. They started the day with Jago as the lone man. Gasso. Opande. Akpinoni wasn't quite as high as Opande thought. Couple substitutes preparing to get warmed up on the far side for Huntsville. Freeman trying to beat Picasso and does. Appeals for a foul not given. Knight into the box. Still Knight trying to cut it back for Bolaños. Appeals for handball. The shot is blocked and sent forward the other way. Now Sukata. Rivera sees the switch on and misplays it. Didn't have to shape that pass as he did. Tried to put a little extra flair on it. Now Muhammad evades the sliding challenge. Petraza with his arm up at the back post. And there's a clumsy sliding challenge and a surefire penalty kick. Alexander Freeman shielding the ball with his body, drawing in Jordan Knight, who fell for it hook, line, and sinker, and a yellow card to boot. Those two were battling in the first half. This is very well done from Freeman.
A yellow
He's
card
just stepping in
has
front of
been
that
issued to
ball,
Huntsville.
knows that the defender's
Number
challenge is
30,
coming in.
Jordan Knight. Yellow card
Doesn't have a
cleared.
great shooting angle,
Fourth
and it's a
minute.
foul anywhere else on the field. And Chris O'Neill issued a warning by the fourth official as well. Alexander Freeman won the penalty kick. It will be his to take. Freeman scored last time out in that 5-2 loss to NYCFC, looking to make it back-to-back goals for the first time this season. Alexander Freeman from 12 yards, cool as you like. Down goes the right way, but it's high into the side netting. And Freeman gets the second for Orlando City B. Another look at that foul. So much time for Freeman to turn. And Knight knew as soon as he made that challenge. Freeman with the slow run up, down, going the right way, and just couldn't get a hand onto it. A tough one to stop, and in the end, unstoppable. Freeman with the dance moves to boot for his fourth goal this season. Scored 4 last season for Orlando City B. That was his career best in a season for the club. Jordan Knight as well, substituted.
OCB fans, goal! Scored by number 3, Alexander Freeman. Goal occurred in the 65th minute.
So after that goal, head coach Chris O'Neill making 2 changes. Faiz Opande is replaced in midfield by Isaiah Jones. And then at the back, after conceding the penalty kick, Jordan Knight is subbed off for William Perkins.
Minute for Huntsville. Leaving the game was number 40, Faiz Opande. He was replaced by number 56, William Perkins. Also leaving the game for Huntsville, number 30, Jordan Knight.
Early cross deflected on the far side and out for a corner kick. Will Perkins getting his first few touches and earning a set piece. Perkins on a short-term loan from Union Omaha. Deep delivery into the box. Headed away from Gasso at the back post. And there's a big sliding challenge from Perkins. Had the studs exposed, left the ground. Does keep that cleat high. And there is some contact there, not enough by the judgment of the referee. That is a very feisty challenge to make just seconds after being substituted on for a player that was already on a yellow card. This portion of the match is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Rivera trying to turn. And draws another sliding challenge. Couple players asking for a yellow card. There was only one in the first 40 minutes. 3 in the last 5 minutes of the first half, and now 2 in the second. Bolaños going to ground, and he is already on a yellow card. Sukata. All the way back for Williams. Kibanguchi. Right in the way. Read Muhammad's pass the whole way through. Now Gasso knows he has the space to turn. 4 Navy shirts to his left. And is instead forced all the way back. Huntsville have to find some shape going forward. They've found a lot more space in between players now. Nobody showing short for Bolaños. Axel Picasso all the way on the far side, trying to stretch the field as much as possible. On the ball now. Jones. Bolaños continuing his run. He's got space to try and work a pass in and one and another give and go. Muhammad trying to send Rivera in behind. Wilfredo Rivera with 2 defenders to beat. Sukata charging in. Rivera onto his left. Testing Brian Dowd, and Dowd equal to that task. And now some space in behind for Huntsville. Things opening up with Bolaños. Right. Bolaños lost his footing, but gets right back up to try a strike. Defender in the way. Half-hearted appeals for handball again. Space afforded to Perkins on the far side, into the box, and out for another corner kick. Pasillas, it was a good first time pass, just a little bit heavy for Bolaños. Nice move from Williams. Jones going over. Free kick for Huntsville. Set piece opportunity for the visitors. Movements Pasillas knows how to get free. Chris Applewhite as well is a tough aerial opponent. You need one back here in the 74th in South Florida. Low along the ground, Pasillas taken down. Whistle not sounding. Orlando the other way at pace. Shakur Muhammad cutting it back. And the counterattack not on for Rivera. All the way up from Mercado and all the way through. Gaines. Nobody showing short for him once again. Everybody waiting for that cross into the box. Bolaños off the left foot of Petrazo. And Gaines will shield it almost out for a corner. If not for Petrazo getting back to it. We'll take another look at that set piece opportunity. Pasillas, nobody picking him up. Oh, and that's the right call from the referee. He's gone down there without a touch. Excellent refereeing from Alexandra Billiter. Pasillas had already started to fall before he even got to the ball. And he may well be fortunate not to get a yellow card for simulation. Big header back from Ekpenonu. And a big throw out as well from Dowd. Picasso left it behind. First time cross to the front post. Was it spilled out of play? Referee having a look and says goal kick.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitutions for OCB occurring in the 77th minute.
Double change for the hosts.
Number 32, Wilfredo Rivera.
Wilfredo Rivera will be taken on.
Number 95, Vivian Loyola.
In place of Vivian
Also
Loyola.
leaving the game, number 23, Shaq Muhammad. He is replaced by number 66,
taken off.
Hilaire Girl.
Huntsville as well going to make a change. Ethan O'Brien into the middle for Dominic Gasso. O'Brien,
also, ladies and gentlemen, a substitution for Huntsville occurred in the 77th minute. Leaving the game, number 12,
spent 3
Dominic
seasons with
Gasso.
Notre Dame,
He is replaced by
Fighting Irish,
number
but didn't
32,
enough.
Ethan O'Brien.
Formerly of Indy 11. Carlos Mercado is down once again. Mercado once again helped up to his feet. He went down in that first half after a looping cross into the box. Mercado looks to continue and will. Soldiering on, Carlos Mercado. 79th minute, Orlando searching for a big 3 points. Took a couple sliding challenges, but eventually the run stopped. Ollie Wright trying to fire up his teammates. They've missed the Huntsvilleans tonight, that's for sure. This portion of the match is brought to you by Body Armor. Reach for real. Body Armor offers real hydration with no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. The outside backs for Huntsville are getting so high. They're off the screen practically. Trying to get everybody forward and cut into this deficit. Right. Switching it for Picasso. Picasso with a couple nifty step-overs, running out of room. The former Ventura County man. O'Brien. Gaines onto his left and cuts the lead in half. Excellent strike from Julian Gaines. It is 2-1 in South Florida. Gaines with two defenders, beats them both, has the space on his left foot, and that is a wonderful strike into the bottom left corner.
Number 29, Julian Gaines. Goal occurred in the 82nd minute.
Just his third start of the season and his first goal for Huntsville City.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for OCD.
What a way to get your first.
Leaving the game, number 34, Hitaro Sukana.
And they might get a second right away. Jonathan Bolaños into the back of the net, and it won't count. That would have been incredible. Bolaños running onto it, coming off of his arm in the process. Referee says handball. Foul called. Manuel Coca, right after that first goal went in, was substituted on for Yutaro Sukada. O'Brien. Huntsville drowning out the noise of South Florida. Can they find the equalizer here? And amidst the cacophony, creating some confusion at the back for Orlando. So here's the look at that goal, and it does come off of, it looks like his right hand, Bolaños. It's the right call, a difficult one in the end, and a big collision. Mercado is down. And now he's got a headache for more reasons than one. Great first save. And then on the second, may have just taken an errant clean upstairs. Nothing intentional, brave goalkeeping, but at what cost?
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for Orlando. See the substitution occurring in the 85th minute. Leaving the game, number 20, Luca Petrasso.
Luca Petrasso replaced
number 29
on the near side.
Reed Brown.
So here Reed Brown will try and lock things down at the back and seal 3 points for the hosts. Huntsville making a change as well. Axel Picasso, who was introduced at halftime,
Ladies and gentlemen,
is
substitution
replaced
for Huntsville occurring in the 86th minute.
by Adem
Leaving the
Sipic.
game, number 38, Axel Picasso. He is replaced by number 77, Adam Sipic.
So those are the substitutions for the match. The players in the symphony, if you will. What kind of sweet music will they make? Huntsville trying to keep their concentration. Drown out everything else that's going on and see if they can find that equalizer. Pasillas. Long ball forward. Alicia onto it, looking for help at the back post, and it's put wide. A gift of a cross to hear Reed Brown just off the bench, unable to put it in. '89th minute. Nearing the final song of the album. Ball played into the box at the front post. Spilled by Mercado. Huntsville still forward. Gusky clearing it now. Akpanonu. Perkins. Into the 90th minute. Huntsville still attacking. Pasillas falling away from it and couldn't get the contact that he wanted. All the way forward and all the way through. Naylor Valencia, the lone striker for Orlando. Everybody else battening down the hatches. Perkins spinning and passing out of play.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of added time.
Huntsville with everybody forward. It's a mess in the box. Pasillas! Unbelievable stop from Mercado. And he may have caught that in a very nasty area. Carlos Mercado has put his body on the line on multiple occasions tonight. Rubens Pasillas falls to his knees. He can't believe he didn't score. 8 yards out, just has to pick a side. Into the 92nd of the minimum 94. Julian Gaines, the new goal scorer, with his first of the season for his club. Waiting to restart play.
A yellow card was issued to Huntsville. Number 1, Simon Gillison. Yellow card occurred at added time.
A yellow card has been issued on the other side of the field. Or rather, off the field entirely, to Simon Gilson, who is on the bench, the backup goalkeeper for Huntsville City. Now Valencia the other way, trying to seal it for Orlando City B. Stopped in his tracks. 94th minute. Is there a late equalizer for Huntsville to try and keep those playoff hopes alive? This would be a huge point on the road for them. They can't afford to drop anymore. Bolaños gains the space to whip it in. Closed down quickly by Solis. Forced back to Jonathan Bolaños. Applewhite. Akpanonu. Deflected out of play. And the referee will give a yellow card.
has been issued to OCD.
To Manuel
their
Goldberg.
Head coach, Manuel Goldberg. Yellow
The head
card
coach
occurred at a time.
for Orlando City B. Bolaños into the box. Away for now. O'Brien trying to turn. Is there drama in South Florida? Gaines once again clipping it to the back stick, and nobody made the run. That might just do it. '96th minute now. Mercado told to hurry it up. Is there still time? Sent all the way back. Down to restart. Alexandra Billiter not checking her watch just yet. All the way up. This might be the last chance for Huntsville. Ollie right into the box. Picked away at the top of the key from Jones. And still play goes on. To the far side now. Numbers waiting in the box. Right. Ollie Wright. Trying to clip it in behind. It may fall for the shot here. Pasillas. Back to the top of the box. Stamped away. Only as far as Akpinonu. 97th minute and we're still going. Into the area. Acrobatic clearance. And that will do it. Orlando City B hangs on. A big 3 points for the host as they continue to charge up the table with the playoffs looming large. Tonight's man of the match, presented by Adidas, Alexander Freeman winning the penalty and converting the spot kick that would ultimately be the game winner. And that will do it. Two-1 the final. Orlando City B over Huntsville City FC. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Philip Galati. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.